This is how a group of orphans became the most infamous villain group in the world, the Phantom Troupe. Just a warning now, this gets pretty dark. It all starts when a young Crollo is digging through the trash heaps of Meteor City, a lawless territory with roughly 8 to 10 million people living off-grid. Crollo and his group of Franklin and Shalnark eventually find a videotape that they hope has something cool they can watch on it. So Crollo takes it and makes his way to the church in the area, where they have an AV room to watch the tape. There he runs into a young Pakunoda, and they watch it together. They're surprised to see that the tape contains episodes of the Mighty Sweepin' Power Cleaners show, which is very obviously their version of the Power Rangers. The only problem was, the tape was in a foreign language, but this gives Crollo an idea. He suggests they dub the show themselves so other kids in the area can watch it too. He asks his other friends Sarasa and Sheila to lend their voices for the female characters, while he voices everyone else. Sarasa, a sweet girl and the youngest of the bunch, is especially excited to voice the Orange Cleaner. As they get to work on recording though, we see an ominous scene of two men with kidnapped people tied up in a black van. Well, after having the first episode fully dubbed and ready, all the local kids gather in the church auditorium for the screening, and they were all amazed to see the popular TV show dubbed in their language. Uvogin and the other kids that'll later form the Phantom Troupe offer to help dub the other episodes, with Uvo saying the performance hit him harder than any punch ever could. Man, lines like that make me really miss Uvo, not gonna lie. Anyway, Crollo agrees and they get to work. Well, the day before another performance comes along, and Sarasa goes to the outskirts of town to look for more videotapes, by herself. At the same time, we see the same two men in the black van from earlier nearby, mentioning they've already met their quota, but wanna hunt down one more person for fun. The next day, the gang is getting ready for their performance when they realize they haven't seen Sarasa since the day before, when she went to go look for more tapes. They get all the town's kids to go looking for her, and eventually, Crollo and the main group make it to this open section of forest. Crollo looks up in the pouring rain to find a black sack hanging from a tree. They cut the bag down, and before opening it, the look on Crollo's face shows he's already aware of what's gonna be inside. He opens the sack slowly, and to his horror, he sees the dismembered body of Sarasa. The surrounding children begin to cry, and Machi carries the sack away to get it back home. She thinks to herself how scared Sarasa must have been, and how badly it must have hurt, apologizing to her for not being there. At the funeral, Crollo gathers the future troupe members and asks them to wait for 3 years for him to come up with a plan to find Sarasa's killers by turning Meteor City into a safe haven for the worst of the worst criminals, in hopes of luring them in and getting their revenge one day. The 3 years pass by and the Phantom Troupe is officially born.